Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the co-owner and creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how the dismissive avoidant attachment style individual can rebuild or build, essentially, if they haven't built this really out yet, emotional intimacy in their relationships. So this is actually a question I have from one of our members inside of PDS. And each week I take a few questions from inside of our members lounge where people post them, and I create the YouTube videos out of them. So this is an excellent question, and it's from somebody who named themselves Road to Secure. So we're going to dive in. We're going to talk about this topic. Before I do so, please know that we have a 25% off coupon code in the description box below. It's with you, all one word. It gives you access to the entire school for 3, 6, and 12-month membership bundles. So for the all access pass, and there's a money back guarantee if you don't absolutely adore it. And I do 4 live calls with our members on Zoom now every week. So now I actually do like video calls with everybody. And we also have our attachment coaches who run events 6 days a week, or 6 times a week, I believe, not on 6 separate days. So basically we have all kinds of stuff in there for community, for doing work, mastermind groups, all kinds of stuff. You can check that out in the description box below. So let's talk about this. So how can dismissive avoidants build emotional intimacy with their counterparts in a relationship? Well, this is the most important thing you have to understand if you are the dismissive avoidant. And this is for everybody, but this especially affects the dismissive avoidant. Our capacity for emotional intimacy is a direct reflection of the internal emotional intimacy we have in the relationship to ourselves. Now, a lot of people will be like, but how is that possible? What if I'm, out of relationship to myself? You will see if you start paying attention. This is always the case. There isn't really an exception to this. And let's just look at some like practical examples here for a moment. Let's pretend I'm a dismissive avoidant or an anxious preoccupied or any attachment style, really. And let's pretend I don't know what I need in a relationship. Let's pretend I don't know my love languages. I don't know my personality needs. I don't know the things that are valuable and important to me to feel loved and connected in a relationship. Well, if I don't know those because I haven't done that introspective investigation, then how am I going to communicate that to my partner and share what I need? And if I can't communicate that and I don't know it, my capacity to feel fulfilled in a romantic relationship drops dramatically. And then you know what happens after that? Then the mind creates stories. Then the mind goes, "Oh, my partner doesn't love me that much. Oh, this relationship isn't working," because we don't feel fulfilled and we blame the outside when a lot of the times it starts with, or at least is co-created by the idea that we have an internal relationship to ourselves that is lacking, which then affects our ability to interact with our external partnerships. And when we take a deeper look at this, for the dismissive avoidance specifically, what happens is they feel unheard, they feel disconnected, they feel like their needs aren't met because they definitely don't know what they need from other people. I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with dismissive avoidance about this, only to hear things like, "I don't think I really need anything from other people," or "I don't know, I just kind of meet all of my own needs. I don't know what I would need from anybody else." And so when there's this huge block there, it creates a massive block in your ability to feel completely fulfilled in a relationship dynamic. And it's really important to recognize that as a dismissive avoidant, because that is the first step to your internal work. And when we look at this in other relationship dynamics, this is a two-way thing. It's not just one way. So let's say, for example, that you feel unfulfilled because you don't know how to communicate your own needs or your own boundaries or your own feelings for that matter. So you don't feel like you're seen and heard and connected to. Well, this is it reflects itself or mirrors, for a lack of better way of phrasing this, in the other direction as well. So if I can't do that with myself and I can't share myself with you through that, I'm also going to have a hard time holding space for you to speak up and share about your needs. I'm not going to know how to ask those questions. Hey, what makes you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like your needs are met in the relationship? What makes you feel loved? What are your love languages? What are your personality needs? How can I understand and support these things? And when we can't have that conversation from two directions, I mean, our capacity to feel like we can reach our potential in relationships, for how good we feel, for how connected we feel, for how safe and trusted we feel, and vice versa, is dramatically diminished. And so this applies to everybody, but this especially applies to dismissive avoidance because, as a general rule, they are the most out of relationship to themselves. And again, this is because usually the way we are parented becomes our own internal relationship to ourselves. So if there's emotional neglect in a relationship, what's going to happen? Well, that person's going to grow up, if they received emotional neglect from parenting, to neglect their own feelings, needs, boundaries, and so on. And so how a dismissive avoidant builds that up is in these steps. Number one, learn about your emotions. Start opening up and feeling your emotions again. Hold space for yourself to feel, do some somatic work. We've got a lot of resources in the school for this, to start feeling your feelings. Number two, start understanding your needs and how you can actually get these needs met from other people, and then start speaking up and advocating for them in your relationships to other people. So important. Number three, practice vulnerability. And number four, start trying to understand other people and work to compromise so that you're moving more closely towards interdependence, and share your feelings, share the things that are coming up for you, because vulnerability and understanding together are those two key ingredients that really help to build that bond of emotional intimacy. And so as you treat yourself this way and you learn to grow into this relationship to yourself and learn your personality needs, learn your core wounds and your fears, so you can share those things from that perspective. And the more you can do that for yourself, the more you can also orchestrate those conversations in a two-way manner with other individuals that are close to you. And this doesn't just apply to romantic relationships, this applies to all relationships. And these are big steps on the path to becoming more secure. So there's so much more we could talk about in this discussion. I will do a series on this and talk to you about like how FAs can build a better emotional bond, anxious, preoccupied, because believe it or not, this affects everybody in a different way slightly. So please let me know any questions you have about this in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.